So really, just look back for a second. Just really proud of our guys for, uh, sucking it up after getting beat last weekend at Kentucky the way we did, and managing to get up off the ground and fight. And I give my assistant coaches a lot of credit, for their work behind the scenes, trying to heal some of the souls that were, just hurting from, so many close losses and disappointments. And then, then you get, and your reward is you get kicked in the teeth again, and, but that's okay. Adversity reveals character, and we've had our share of it. But we're still in position to be in position, and that's the thing, that it's March, and to still have a, fighting chance to make the tournament, and to be in the upper division of the SEC in a great year. The challenge is Tennessee. They're the best defensive team in the country. They're the most physical team in the country. They've got the #1 field goal percentage defense. They got one of the top 3-point field goal percentage defense. Maybe it's also #1. They hold teams to 56 points a game. That's just, and they're going to be bigger at, virtually every position on the floor. And so it was all we could do to score 43 out of, there. And we did a great job defensively holding them to 46. I think winning and scoring 46, that hasn't happened at Tennessee since sometime in the 80s, I believe, maybe even the 70s, in a long time. So our kids are battling. We recognize the opportunity. We recognize the challenge. We have to have a great crowd tomorrow, another great crowd tomorrow. The students have started their spring break, and many of them are out of town. And so I know our ticket office and our officials are going to be getting a look at the student section and the student turnout. And if the turnout is what we anticipate, and that is not 100%, then there's an opportunity to sell some standing room tickets. And of course, as we always know, with our standing room, people get to move down into seats. And so if you've not seen us play and you want to see, a team in Tennessee that potentially could win a national championship this year, and a great defensive team, really well coached, one of the top teams in our league, and you want to see our team, which played awfully hard and awfully well at times, come to the game and stand in line and see if you can get a ticket, because I think they'll be available. And that said, I guess the final thing is we've had a hard time beating the very best teams in our schedule. But with the exception of maybe at Vanderbilt, everybody we've lost to, say, in the last 10 games is going to be in the NCAA tournament. Vanderbilt could also, but obviously Vanderbilt's had some great wins, and Coach Stackhouse is clearly a candidate for the Coach of the Year in our league. And so we've lost to great teams. Nobody played Tennessee better at Tennessee other than Kentucky. Nobody's played Alabama better at Alabama than Auburn. We were right there against Texas A&M. Those are the 3 top teams in the league. That makes a pretty strong case for us, to be able to be an NCAA tournament team. Our net being 36 right now. The lowest net, the highest net, the last 2 years was 38 and 41. So we're still right there.
Nathan?
Bruce, you have an update on Dylan?
Yeah, I mean, he won't practice today, so therefore I think he's doubtful for tomorrow.
Mike?
Coach, you talked about what would happen against Kentucky if you guys got out-rebounded. Against Bama, you guys were leading by a pretty sizable margin until the end of the game when they started pulling in and getting second-chance buckets. What do you guys do to overcome what seems to be like a rebounding handicap here against Tennessee?
The keys to the game are rebounding, and then probably the second best key is rebounding. and I would say rebounding's probably third. It's just they're going to throw it up there and go get it, and just knock you completely out of the way. We've got to check out. We got to draw fouls on them as they come over our back and push and shove and grab and again, they're very physical and they're a great offensive rebounding team, and you know, they're bigger than us at every position, so we are going to have to compete on the boards. It was probably at the end of the day the reason why we lost in Knoxville. We had done a pretty good job. I think they got 14, and we certainly, you know, can't allow that to happen again. It's man on man, body on body, and you just got to fight.
Bruce, when you guys went up to Tennessee, obviously struggled on offense, but since then, I think y'all are shooting nearly 40% from deep, averaging about 75 a game. So how much confidence is that giving you guys heading into this rematch against, like you said, the best defense in the country?
Well, I think, you know, I was trying to explain to the players, you know, everybody guards you differently, and so what we look at is, you know, certain matchups. Something has to do. We try to put our players in positions to be successful, and we try to go at matchups that we feel like we can be successful, and schemes that are all different. And so, what's going to work one day against Missouri is not necessarily going to be the way to beat, you know, Kentucky. You know, so I think the kids should have, you know, some confidence, and you know, we obviously shooting the ball, shot the ball better, you know, got to the foul line more. You know, I told KD, I said, you know, for me, which was better, 4 for 5 from 3 or getting to the line 12 times? And honestly, it was getting to the line 12 times. Having him get downhill and be aggressive was important, and or certainly as important. And then, of course, at the end of the day, we lost the game because we couldn't stay in front of them. We couldn't keep them off the foul line, and to some extent, couldn't keep them off the offensive glass, the defensive rebounding and the fouls.
Mark?
Come on, I gotta go down and practice on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take 2 more.
I wanted to ask you if you say something about your seniors.
Sure, yeah. It just, you know, it's interesting. Senior night, it'll be emotional, you know, for me. I'll look at Wes and Katrina Flanagan and probably lose it. You know, look at Zepp and his family, and everything, and I'll look at you know, Jalen's mom, you know, who has been just incredibly supportive and been a great friend through all this, and then at the same time recognize that we have several COVID seniors. You know, a lot of those guys could come back, and some will, and some will move on. And you know, knowing what we went through with Stretch, and getting him here, and him graduating and being such a great ambassador of her program, and you know, playing early in his career, and then as we were able to build a program, and you know, he gets playing behind people, and you don't hear a word from him. He just does his job and is unbelievable in practice. And you know, Al and Jalen Williams will both go down as a couple of the more winningest players that have played here at Auburn, part of a program that made history, and you know, just to watch them both grow up and mature and develop and be loyal to Auburn. And the Auburn family be loving on them and being loyal to them. Those are just those three guys, just remarkable. You know, Zepp coming in and getting a chance to realize, going from mid-major to high major, the fact that, you know, he belonged and was recognized as one of the better on-ball defenders in college basketball. What a great, you know, legacy to walk away from, and so connected to the Auburn fan base and Auburn family, and he'll be an Auburn man forever. Leo Berman, you know, coming in as a walk-on like I did at Boston College for a minute, like Stephen Pearl did for 5 years at Tennessee, where he went to 5 NCAA tournaments and was a huge part of our team his junior and senior year. And now Leo's out there playing. You know, it's every walk-on's dream. Had we not taken the 2-year scholarship penalty the last 2 years, Leo Berman would have been on scholarship, and maybe someday. You know, just great to have a local Mountain Brook High School player, again, another one like Pat Kime and others, you know, to come here. You know, Chandler done, you know, such a great job in practice every day. He's the best shooter on the team. I mean, and not the best walk-on shooter, he's the best shooter on the team, and our guys will all tell you that. And you know, my guess is Chandler may take his degree and then go be a grad student somewhere. He could play Division I and go play somewhere. I think that's what his plan is. So excited, you know, very excited for him. And you know, Davis is a senior manager. I think I got one more. Harrison's also a senior. And so, you know, those guys have been in the program since they were freshmen, you know, and, you know, they get yelled at just like the players do. And got to put up with me. So, yeah, very, 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 very great group. Great group. We got a chance to honor tomorrow.
Nathan, one more.
Just quickly, you mentioned the importance of rebounding when Chris is able to be physical, like he is. I think he had 4 offensive rebounds, and
Yeah.
I guess just how is he progressing from
Yeah.
that shoulder, and how much of a difference, especially Dylan can't go for him.
Yeah. Look, the bench was terrific against Alabama. Trey was really, really good. You know, obviously KD played great. Lior was really good. Chris, you know, that energy and those rebounds and crucial physical plays. Great job defending Miller, and then Dylan until he got hurt. You know, so the bench did a great job. Look, it took special. We made 12 threes. We shot it, you know, really, really well. That's what you got to do in big games. And so it was great to see those guys step up and respond. And, you know, again, at the end of the day, we aren't able to get some defensive stops to win the game. You can win the games on defense as easily as you can on offense. So thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks.